Welcome to Rock is Reality. Get ready for unfiltered and unapologetic culture, entertainment, relationships, and a little bit of politics on Motor City Woman Radio. Follow Rock is Reality on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. In the meantime, let's go. Welcome to Rocky's Reality. I am uber excited tonight, y'all. Is a very special show in honor of. Let me get this out the way before I forget. April is Jazz Appreciation Month, so I just want to welcome a very special guest, an icon, someone who I've been listening to since my early college days. So it's surreal to connect with her, y'all. Let's give a round of applause for Maysa. Maysa, singer, songwriter, jazz extraordinaire, kitchen karaoke queen, and now label owner. Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome, Maysa. I am truly, let me tell you, when Alex hit me up and said, "Do you want to speak to Maysa?" I was like, hell yeah. Are you? I'm like looking at my phone like, oh, and it's just that this is just a moment I have to tell you where God just it's no accidents. I don't believe in coincidence or accidents. God makes things happen for a reason,
Oh
and He
yeah.
just drops things in your lap. Like, look, here you go. Let me bless you right
Uh-huh.
quick. So welcome, Maysa. I am just
Thank you.
truly
Thank,
honored to have you here,
thanks, sweet.
and let me give you your flowers now as again to me I know when we say icon we don't, and I don't use that term lightly. So to me you are an icon in this business because the longevity,
Mm,
32 years,
yeah, long time.
voice just angelic, just you got a lot of men under a spell. I'm gonna tell you that now. A lot of people, a lot of women too. We a lot of, we a lot of people under spell. Whenever you come to, I'm in Detroit, by the way.
Oh
So
wow,
whenever,
it's my
listen,
home.
whenever you come to Detroit, and actually, y'all, she's gonna be here April 27th at the music
Yes,
hall. So make sure y'all grab your tickets if you haven't already.
yes.
But whatever you come, we know it's gonna be just a hell of a show. So
Oh,
just so grateful for you. And yeah, let me stop gushing now. I'm having a I'm having a total fangirl moment.
oh, thank you, sweet. I appreciate it. I love Detroit. Detroit's like my second hometown. Detroit's been so good to me over the years. It's been amazing. It's been a long time since the beginning. The first time I came there with Incognito, I forgot where we played. I don't know if it was the Fox. No, I don't know where it was. I gotta find out. But the first time we came there was an amazing night. It's like the audience was so excited to see us, and we were so excited to be in. I was so excited to bring Incognito to the States. So we had an amazing night.
And
And
I bet you did. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I've been remembering you since, and I don't care. I'm dating myself. I have to tell this story right quick. When I went to, and by the way, I love how you have an affinity for the color blue because I went to the University of Michigan, and their chant is "Go Blue," and
okay,
I'm a blue fan. Purple is my favorite color actually, but blue and purple they stay in that same
yeah,
realm.
same thing, same.
So I was at my freshman year at Michigan, and I got a letter from my little boyfriend. And uh he's in the letter. He's like, here and now. He's doing the lyrics to Still a Friend of Mine. Now, mind you, I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, he wrote me this beautiful letter. Here and now, we still friends, we in love. So then I get in the car about a week later, and I'm like, wait a minute. This fool was writing. I'm thinking he done wrote me a love letter. He done wrote me the lyrics to "Still a Friend of Mine" by Incognito. So
Oh
I
wow,
just, but
it's cool
just
though.
you have been a mainstay, Mesa, as far as in my playlist. So I
Oh,
just gotta share that crazy story with you. And then he then the next letter he sent me, he's sending me the lyrics to Deep Waters. I'm like, okay, now I'm on to you now. So,
okay.
so needless to say, I was an Incognito fan since then. And yes, whenever you come to Detroit,
Mm-hmm.
we love you.
Thank
It's people. It's no one is saying we not getting tickets. We not going. People are like, I gotta go.
you.
So welcome to the show. And again, I'm just humbly grateful to connect with you, and you are just gorgeous.
Thank you, honey. So sweet. Thank you
We
so
need
much.
we need the beauty secrets. That's my first question. How do you maintain this beauty, this
You know,
fine Mesa?
I just wash my face. But the thing is, I do now is oh, TikTok just teaches you everything. So I was watching some lady, and she was like, you get this gold dial soap, and you get some tea tree oil and some vitamin E oil, and you mix it all together, put it on your face, you will not get any pimples anymore. And I have not. When I tell you that it's cleared my skin up, so and I never got pimples a lot, but when I do, they like it's rare. But when I did, I just hated them. And so I was started this routine, and I really haven't had anything since. It's really amazing. That's one of the
Okay,
things.
tea tree oil and vitamin E.
Vitamin E
Okay,
oil and the gold dial soap.
okay.
Yeah.
The old
Oh,
school dial soap.
yeah. Oh yeah. You just see how much I have of. I've ordered like I got like 25 bars.
I love it because I was looking at your skin. I said, Mesa is fine, y'all. She's still fine. Now, the other day, the kitchen karaoke, I heard you say you 56. And I was like, Mesa out here looking. Listen, nah, black don't crack. Listen. So,
Thank you.
but blue,
My mother looked really young until she got leukemia. Then she started looking older, but until then, she
okay.
was really young her whole life. So my mom was in her 60s when she passed. So it's just I don't know. I'm just grateful for whatever comes
Them
on.
good genes.
Yeah, grateful for my mama's face. That's definitely that.
I love that. And so I was doing a little research. Speaking of mama, since we taking it back to mamas, in origins, your birth and origins as far as moms.
Hmm.
I've read that your name means gracious or graceful
Hmm.
in Arabic.
Hmm.
So, can you talk a little bit about that, like how your name came about?
Oh yeah, well, my father's name was Mayso, Mayso, and he wanted me to be named Mayso. My mother's like, no, I'm not naming her no Mayso, but I'll put an A at the end. So she traded the O for an A, and that's how I got Maysa. And we didn't know. I thought my whole life that I was the only person that had that name, so I never could find myself. You go in the stores and you can see the little keychains of everybody's name, and I would never have. Well, I was so upset.
Right, me too.
But then I didn't. When I finally saw years later, when I got older, I saw that it was Arabic and Brazilian. So yes,
Right.
yeah,
Because when I was sometimes when I looked you up, I see a Brazilian. I'm like, nah, she black. She from Baltimore. She black. She not Brazilian.
yeah. So my family history traces back there, but I just gotta go find my father's people. They trace back to
Oh,
Brazil,
to Brazil.
but I don't know where. I don't know.
Oh,
I didn't get
okay.
all that I would like to.
But as far as we know, you from B-more,
I'm
by the
from
way.
yeah, straight up Baltimore,
I
Maryland.
I love it. I love it. So and I love that, like I said, even though you are graceful, I can still tell you have um that urban, I will get with you. I love Jesus, but I will get with you. I can tell you got that little undertone about you. Sometimes in your voice, when the cadence in your voice, I'm
I
like, oh,
try
she.
to be nice all the time, but sometimes people want to test me. I don't know why.
I mean, it is what it is. As a black woman, it's part of our plight
I
out
know, and
here. It is what it is.
that
So,
would be called masculine because we responsible for everything. Like, yeah.
right.
If
Mhm.
you know if your damsel in distress, then you're a gold digger. If you responsible and take care of your bills, and you're a man. I'm like, I can't stand it. It's disgusting.
Right. You can't win for losing. So I love how you have taken control of your narrative in a way as far as with Blue Velvet Soul Records.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get a little bit into that. The
Yeah.
new album,
Yeah.
which I've been bumping. We get it's charting on Billboard's jazz charts, right? It just
Yeah,
charted
this
on
chart is my single. I don't mind. Okay.
yes.
It's backwards, but yeah, the beat.
Which we gonna play it in a little bit. We're gonna play it
Okay.
we gonna play it in a little bit. And I was asking Alex maybe if you could do a little if we could do a little impromptu karaoke. So but so Blue Velvet, this is music for your soul. This is you started Blue Velvet Soul Records in
Yep.
2018, and this is your first like debut album on your own label, a
Yeah.
double album.
Yeah.
So how does that feel to be able to say that? Because not everybody can say like, well, I got my own record label and I just released my own album. Record label.
It feels great. I mean, there are a lot of people came before me that were doing it, but uh, there are not a whole lot of female artists doing it. I don't think. But I just I'm just grateful that I just made that decision and took that leap of faith, and God put a net under me and has blessed me ever since. And it's scary. It's a lot of work. I The learning curve is something that's mind blowing, and I've always been a person who, even when I was with other companies, I did a lot of my own marketing, a lot of my own work, trying to, do special things to draw attention to my music. So now it's just I just had to put another hat on, as far as the executive part, making decisions. Like, working with the last record company, they gave me a lot of freedom, creative freedom. But they would have never let me do a double album. I know that much. And
Mm.
so to have that freedom is really cool. And it's just to have the control and know that I'm building something for my son. It's really important for me to build some kind of generational wealth for my child. It's like, I guess I just want him to have something so he won't have such a hard life, and he can more so live in his artistry as a photographer, videographer, without having to worry about daily bills all the time. And it's just like,
Right.
I just want him to live a different life. And he's a very hardworking young man. He pays all his bills. I try to help him. He's very hard to help. But
I love it.
yeah,
Okay, is he single? We gonna have to. Okay, wait a minute. No, you don't. You sound like you don't raise him right there. I mean, I'm married, but I'm just asking for
yeah.
a friend, two friends.
Yeah, he's really independent and working hard and trying to, because I mean, so funny. Like, I tried to sneak him some money in his cash app the other day. He sent it right back. I was
Oh,
like, really? I
oh,
know. He's
oh!
just
I
he's
can't
a
wait
good
till I reach them days, Jesus. Because my daughter is she's still she's fairly independent. She's 19, so she's what I call a hybrid adult.
yeah, right.
Um, And by the way, she was in Baltimore last summer at
Oh,
Johns Hopkins. She
oh,
had an
nice.
internship there. So
Wow.
it was really an interesting experience, her being there
Yeah,
and learning how
yeah,
to, you
yeah.
gotta
Take care
you
of yourself as
gotta
well.
get out here and get your own thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's fun out here, so I understand.
I love that. But like you said, having a label. So what is it like? Talk about that transition from artist to label owner. Because
Ooh,
you, like you said, you put on a different hat now. And
yeah.
I'm sure it's a
It's
lot of
hard because
hard
I have
work.
to kind of speak up for myself when I didn't have to do that before. I have to learn how to raise money when I didn't have to do that before. And a lot of, I did this one thing, the Indiegogo campaign, but it took me 2 years. I was supposed to do it 2 years ago, but it took me 2 years to say yes to it because I don't like, but let me say this, I don't like asking people for money. I don't like doing that. I'd rather give than receive. But what I did was I put the perks that came with it were really, I didn't make much money because the perks were kind of expensive for me. But I just wanted to do something where people can still support the whole thing, but they will get something back. As long as you get something back, I'm good. I don't want just donations. And people were so generous with me during the pandemic. I just want to keep giving back, and that's why I do kitchen karaoke, because for that same reason. But as far as doing the record label and stuff, it's just amazing. I have a mentor who, his name is Tom Goldfogle, who really helped me step by step put the label together. He taught me, still teaching me a lot about this whole thing. I still have a lot to learn. He was upset with me because I put the record out in March. He wanted me to put it out like in the fall because he wanted to set it up more. And I'm like, I've been having these people wait for 3 years for this album. I can't wait anymore.
Right.
I had
Yeah.
By
Yeah.
that time I had 4 singles out, and I was like, they ready for the record now.
Yeah. Yeah. And
And
it's been a long pandemic, and I think
yeah,
actually with it, it's kind of apropos with us rolling into jazz as April as Jazz Appreciation Month.
hmm
And
hmm
the summer is coming, May. So
right.
we need something for
I
those drives
know. We
by
did.
the water by with our boo. You know that.
I
You know
got
that.
you. We got
Listen,
all of that, and I
right.
got we're putting out some more singles, so we're gonna keep this record alive for a while.
Yeah.
And it took a lot of singles on this album, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
really, really grateful.
Cause yeah, I was looking and I was trying to write down my favorites, and I was like, oh, well, I like this one too. Cause that down with me with the
I know.
Charles
Oh my
Walker. Wait
God,
a minute, my
very
husband came in the
fast.
room while I was playing that. He was like, who was that? That sounds like he said, what did he say? Oh my gosh, what was the guy? He said, that sounds like oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of the person, the artist that he said, but I said, no, that's a
Chris
new
Walker.
guy, new to me, Charles
Okay.
Walker.
Chris Walker. Yep.
Chris Walker, excuse me.
Yeah. Chris
Chris
Walker.
Walker.
Mhm.
Running from myself.
Oh, running
Oh,
for myself. Oh, you like that too?
you was you was tapping on my front door with that one because I'm a procrastinator too. Yeah, I felt seen with that one. One Step Away is another one.
Awesome, honey.
Just Stay, and a lot of those are the up tempo ones. Now the one slower tempo that I like is Love Life with
This
Noel
Noel,
Gordon.
yeah,
Now he's a artist. He's very underrated. A lot of
he is
people,
super underrated, and
yeah.
that's why I'm glad to like kind of showcase him on this record because he's very underrated, uber talented, and a funny person. And so I just I'm just glad that he's on it, and I look forward to working with him doing some live stuff too.
I love it. So let's talk a little bit more about how the album came together as far as producers.
Mm.
I see you did a few covers, or you mixed in a few covers on there. So and you said it's been 3 years yes, because the
Yeah.
pandemic. I'm so glad that um, let me and shout out to again to artists who got us through the pandemic. You all
Right.
got us through. Music artists got us through the pandemic.
That's
So
awesome.
talk about how it came together. And what were some, who were some producers? Tell us some of the little backstories. Tell us some of the stuff that happened behind the scenes in the studio.
It's so amazing. The first song that I received for the record was the backing track that Big Dog, my longtime producer, Chris Big Dog Davis, sent me the track to Just Stay. It took me about 6 months to even keep listening to it, to even concentrate on it. So that was in 2019. And then I was working so much, I was going on this cruise, and he had called me and said that his cancer had come back. And this was so this must have been in 19, let's see, it was, yeah, just before the pandemic. So it was January of 20. And he was saying that, and he was really sick, and we had to get him through that. But he's very much in remission and fine and healthy and strong right now, thank God. So we did that, and so when they went to see him, by the time I went to see him in the hospital, I had written the first verse, and I sang it to him in the hospital.
Hmm.
And we were talking about life, and he was talking about this record. His solo album might be his last record, and he was like, he wanted me to help people to help finish the record. And I was like, you know what? This is how I have to see this. And we don't know when our last record is going to be. We don't know when our last day is going to be on this earth. And so
Right.
we have to kind of plan accordingly to try to do what we can to take care of ourselves and get things going. And so I just knew at that point I didn't want to stop making my record. And so that's when we started working on it. And he got better. And then I went to the studio with him, and we worked on several songs. And one day I went to him and I said, Big Dog, I hear this song. It's this energy. It's a jazzy song. It's kind of, I can't explain it, but I kind of sang the song, part of it to him. And we came up with the song Spirit 222. It was
Mm.
supposed to come out 22. The album was supposed to come out 22 because 222 and angels and the angel number that I see all the time. A lot of us do see these angel numbers, 222,
Mm.
1111, all that stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
so the song is pretty much saying that, about love. This is the way I love the world. And that's what the theme of the album is. It's my way to love on everybody, even if I don't see you every day or haven't met you yet. This is my way
Mm-hmm.
to love on people. And so I wanted people to understand about their spirits and their souls. If we get lost on this earth and being human and just living
Woo,
and being dramatic and having all this,
baby. You better,
you know,
baby. Preach, preach.
so we get lost. We don't understand who we really are. So that's why, and a lot of artists try to bring this in place. But what inspired me the most is that I just want to, as what they say, it sounds so corny sometimes, but it's a vibrate at a different high level. And that's what I feel is happening to a lot of us. And we
Mhm.
all getting there. So I just wanted to kind of usher in some music and the whole theme of the galaxy and the universe. And that's where the album cover came from. Uh,
Mm.
Selfie, and I sent it to my graphics guy and I said, look, here's my selfie. Can you make this look like something? I'm in the galaxy or something. And then when he sent me that, that's when I got started on the rest, when the record really started coming to life for me. And I started really getting the songs. I asked people to send me music. Some people just send me songs randomly. My agent, Denise, said she was working with David P. Stevens. And she said, David P. Stevens had this great song called Beautiful. And I was like, oh, Denise, I got too many songs. I can't listen to nothing else right now. I got too many songs. So just listen to it. You're going to love it. And as soon as I put it, I said, God, dog, I can't let this one go.
I'm about to slip it in there. I'm about to slip it in there. Slip it in
Yeah,
there.
it's got to be. So then by the time this happened to me a few times, I was at probably 16 or 17 songs. And I don't do if I record something, I'm going to put it on the record. I don't like record songs and then leave for another time. I record exactly what I'm going to
Mm.
do because I always been afraid of if something happens to me, people will. When I was in a record company, I know they when people died, they made all these albums from music,
Mm.
and I didn't want to do that. So I mean, I could do it now that I'm on myself, but I just don't want that. I'd rather just be here and record when I can record.
I
And so
love.
that's how I started. I mean, had a good time. All the producers, what Chris Walker, of course, he was Al Jarreau's music director. And he called me. He came on Facebook. I was talking about the record. He said, "If you need any help, call me." I called him as soon as I hung up. I got on Facebook.
Right. You wait a minute, did you say the Al Jarreau?
Yeah, he was his
Oh.
director. And he sounded like if you listen to him sing, Chris sounds just like Al Jarreau. He definitely.
Oh.
Oh yeah, but Chris is a R&B singer from way back in the '80s. He was successful back then, and now he's resurging again.
I
Uh,
love
great,
it.
great career. And so Chris Walker, I asked him. He said, "Mason, what kind of vibe do you want?" I said, "Yeah, I'm in this galaxy universe thing. I don't know. I need something like that." And when he played Down With Me, I was like, "Golly, this is like gonna." And he had written that song years ago. So it's amazing how God really just orchestrated this whole thing. Um, and during the end of the record, uh, one day I was like, I said, "Big Dog, I need a song called Relax Your Mind on the album. I want to start the album with this. I want it to be like a meditation because
Mm-hmm.
music for your soul is a meditation, and I want this to bring usher that song in." So he sent me the music, and I was like, so we went to the studio, and everything you hear is just me talking. It's not. I didn't write it. I didn't plan it. I didn't anything. I just wanted to say something to everybody, uh, and love on people the best way I could. So that's why that song starts the album. So there's so many songs. I did Make Sure You're Sure because of a little bit of heartbreak I had during the pandemic, and
Mm-hmm.
just stay.
Which is that's one of the covers from
Yeah,
Stevie Wonder from the Jungle Fever
yeah.
soundtrack. I wanted to ask about that. What made you? Because the Phyllis Hyman, ooh, you snatched my soul when you did that. You know how to love me. You know Phyllis is a favorite,
Oh
and
yeah.
then the I Still Believe, the Brenda Starr,
Mhm.
as well. What made you pick those particular covers to put on?
A friend of mine that I've known for 100 years said, "I need you to do a Phyllis Hyman song right now." Like you always say you're gonna do it, you never do it. So I chose that one. I love that song, so I just chose
Yeah.
that one. The I Still Believe. I just always wanted to sing that. I always wanted to
Yes.
record that
I like
song.
the way you ended it too. You put your
Oh,
little the way you did. I was like, oh, she put a little zing zing on it at the end there. I like that. Okay.
and so I did. I love that song, and I got a great remix coming of that. And then
Okay, good.
yeah, dance a house remix of that. And so
Okay,
and then
good.
of course Make Sure You're Sure, and so yeah, I just chose a few covers for this record. I really wanted to focus on original music mostly, but I'm known for my covers, so I wanted to throw them in there.
Yeah, I like the way you sprinkled them in there. And while we're talking about the covers, that make sure you're sure. Let's. I know you talked about this ad nauseum, but I gotta put
Okay.
out there how your first gig was with the Stevie Wonder,
Hmm.
another iconic legend, and that whole Jungle Fever soundtrack, which is bringing back so many memories. Me as a teen watching that movie,
I
just that
know.
whole era.
It was
What was
great.
that like being with Stevie Wonder? Tell us a little tidbit of what that was like.
Ooh,
Cause his
see,
spirit,
it
when
was
I met him, I was frozen. I was at a in Detroit, they like named a street after him, and I got
uh-huh.
to take a picture of with him, and I just stood next to him frozen because I was just so in awe of
Hmm.
him. So what was that like for you working with him?
He's great. Stevie Wonder, he's a jokester, first of all. He's a prankster. And so one day we were leaving a TV show, myself and my best friend Kim, who started singing with him first. She got me an audition. And we left out the building. And usually his bodyguard will walk him to the side of the car where he passenger side. But this time they walked him to the driver's side and put him in the car. And I was like, looked at Kim. She looked at me. I was like, what are they doing? Like they was joking. I was like, what's going on? Like, and she's like, what's going on? So he gets in the car and he turns it on, and the driver gets, the bodyguard gets on the other passenger side, and Steve drives down the driveway of the place just straight.
Stevie Wonder?
Yes, he did.
What?
And so he was laughing. So we were screaming our heads off, and he was laughing so hard. But he just drove straight. They must have just taught him how to do that because he drove a straight line for like just only for like 30 seconds or so. It wasn't long,
But
but still
still,
long enough.
to let y'all know I'm blind, but I can still, I can still
Right.
maneuver. Lord, oh my goodness.
I've heard him. I mean, he laughed really hard. He really enjoyed that
I
scaring us.
love it. So back to the album. We're gonna play I Don't Mind in a little bit.
Yeah.
For me, it's like jazzy soul. It seemed
Mm-hmm.
like I heard a little Afro beat up in there too.
Uh-huh.
I,
And
in one moment, I was like, "Did I hear an Afro beat? Like, what's happening here?" Like, Mesa, and I love how you transition amongst genres. I
oh,
just
thanks.
love that. So, what? How do you? Let's talk a little bit about, and about to go into it. The first single, I Don't Mind. Tell a little back. That's like kind of traditional. What makes it a relaxed and you just
Uh-huh.
it's like you on the water and you all in love and you just like I don't know. I just imagine I'm with my boo and we having mimosas and just out on the water on a sunny day or something. So to kind of give us the backstory about I Don't Mind, and then we're gonna go into I Don't
Okay.
Mind.
The song was written by my music director, Damon Bennett, years ago. He gave it to me probably I would say 4 or 5 years ago. And I kept holding on to it. And I kept saying, I love this track, but I don't know what to do with it. So fast forward to last September, Incognito came and did an American tour. We had like 4 days off, and they were in the Baltimore area, staying in a hotel in Baltimore near me, 20 minutes from me. So I had to go to the studio to record the song "His Love" by Frank McComb. And Bluey came. He said, "Mason, I'll go to the studio with you because Frank was in Budapest or somewhere, I don't know, somewhere far away, so he couldn't produce me there. So he said, Mesa, I'll come to the studio and help you produce your vocals." I'm like, "Oh my God, Bluey, thank you." And so the morning we were going to the studio, I sent him the track that Damon had written. I said, "Bluey, can you do something with this, please? I got to get this song written. I got to put it on the record." It's okay. Give me a couple hours. And like 3 hours later, he's like, "How do you like this?" And he played me, sang to me the melody and stuff. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, Bluey." And so he said, "Do you have any ideas?" I said, "Yeah, I got an idea for a part of the melody." And time is wasted
Mhm.
living in the past, and the world becomes a crazy endless maze. So that part, I got to write that part. And so Bluey, he wrote the lyrics, I wrote the melody, and Damon wrote the music. And we literally that day recorded that song. And it's just how magic comes together. I say God keeps his hands in it, and he's molding it. And I step back, and I just do what God told me to do. And it always works out great.
Exactly. I love that. And I love how you and Bluey. Now, let me ask right quick, Missy Mesa. Was y'all ever booze? Did y'all
No,
ever?
never. No.
Okay.
Okay, let me
Because
tell you
I
why.
always felt the energy with y'all too. I'm not
Everybody,
trying to be messy, but I just always felt the energy, and y'all just have like a
no,
synergy
no.
that obviously has lasted for decades. Okay,
Right.
all right.
This is my brother from day one. Because let me tell you, when I first got to England, I went to his house for dinner. His wife invited me to the house for dinner. And when Bluey he went out the house to do something. She said, "Where's your boyfriend? Is he coming?" she's like, "Where's your boyfriend? Is he coming over here?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, he's gonna come." She's like, "Yeah, I just want to know if he's coming here. When is he coming?" And I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "Yes." I just knew from that. Yeah, I would never mess with Blue. Yeah,
Listen,
he was married.
listen,
I
'cause
was anyway, but I just like.
okay. I just want to ask. I mean, shoot, because I was like, they got some. So, what is that like though? 30 years later, y'all got that same synergy? Because it's like, it's people you when you connect with them, it's just like that synergy. It's just like you transform together. And when I saw that
Yeah,
he was, a part of I Don't Mind, I'm like, dang, they still. I'm glad that even though
yeah,
Incognito is not touring per se. Well, I know you're
yeah.
not
Oh
with
yeah, I'm
them
still with them.
at the moment. Oh, you still with them? You still with
Oh yeah,
them? Okay.
yeah,
You s-
I'm still with them. But when they come to the states, I haven't done any European stuff with them, or out of the
okay.
country. But when they come to the
Okay.
states, I usually tour with them.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear y'all still together. But the
Yeah,
fact that you and Blue are still making music, so
yeah.
I'm glad
We've
to hear
always been
that.
brothers and sisters forever. That's my brother. He's my mentor. He's my friend, and we will always be tight. That'll never change.
I love that. And just the fact also coincidentally, but again, I don't believe a coincidence that his
Mhm.
name is Bluey as well, and just
Right.
that
It's just
the
amazing.
affinity for the color blue. So let's go into I Don't Mind for those people. This is really just for me not even the best track on the album. I mean, I
I know.
love it, but it's so
Mhm.
many others on there that are just outstanding. So, but we since this is the current single, we're gonna go ahead and get into that, give people a little taste of
Okay.
Maysa. This is I Don't Mind from her 14th solo
Mhm.
album, y'all. Her 14th solo album, Music for Your Soul, that's out now. Okay. Now, Facebook must be on their grind because they I think they
Really?
muted it out. Was it muted on your end?
They did that?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Alex, let me know. He said the music dropped out on FB. So they probably some copyright stuff. You know what? We should have had Maxa get them let them know she gave permission to play
Yeah.
her. But well,
I got a
okay,
call from myself because they shut me down on Facebook the other day with my own. I was only playing music from my label, so I got to call my people and get them to fix that.
okay, that's all right. Well, can we get a little acapella of it? Then just a little
Okay.
bit. Can we just get a couple lines of
Okay.
that then?
um, time is wasted living in the past, and the world becomes a crazy, endless maze. Out there on my own, I questioned everything. Suddenly, I found myself wishing my days you took your time. But I don't mind. I love the way you are. It's unconditional. You got here late, but I don't mind. I love the way you are. It's unconditional.
Mm. Just oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, not because I know you got a
Yeah,
concert coming up, so I ain't gonna press it. Lord, Lord, Lord. So what but ooh, I'm just speechless. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Strong J, bravo. Oh, so beautiful. Just beautiful. So what, Mesa, how thank you, Mesa, by the way. Round of applause. Thank you, Mesa. Thank you, thank you. If y'all want to hear more, her album is out now. So I want to ask it's a few things I want to ask about
Mhm.
this Mesa magazine. Talk a little bit about that.
Oh, my little magazine. Where's it at? I got to. I just sat here on my computer and made it one day.
So people can go to your website to find this or subscribe or what is this?
Well, just right now, it's just every quarter I'm going to do. Every 3 months I do a magazine. I don't know. I just did something just for the record,
Okay.
the album, and it's my favorite recipe, my chicken salad recipe, and
Hmm.
advertising for kitchen karaoke, and what else I got here? Just my discography of my solo work.
I
Talking
love
about my
it.
favorite color blue, and then my favorite makeup.
Oh, love it. Yes. That look.
And
Gorgeous. Okay, so people go to Maysa.com to get
uh,
that.
to the MasaStore.com, you can buy one on there. But
I
I'm gonna put it on after April's over. I'm gonna put it online, so it'll be on my website too.
I love that. I love it. And I love how you have different things going on besides the music, Mesa. The
Yeah.
how you show different aspects of your personality. Let's talk about the kitchen karaoke because child, why do I wish y'all are my family and cousins in my head? I'm
Oh,
watching this. I be
God.
watching these people. I'm like this. I said they is getting down in the kitchen and eating good and singing and all of this. This remind me of a family reunion.
Yeah.
With your family from down south, because my family it just remind me of the
Yeah.
family so talk and which by the way, kitchen karaoke has been going on since 2016.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So way before we went into the pandemic and verses and all of that, y'all.
Right.
Mesa was doing something in her kitchen. So talk about that, the kitchen karaoke.
Well, it started in 2016. My friend Walter Beasley, the saxophone player, he's been a mentor of mine for a long time, inspiring me to do different things I normally wouldn't do. And he was telling me about this new thing called Facebook Live and how it would help me stay in touch with my people. You know, it's like make sure
Hmm.
stay in touch with everybody. They're doing this new thing. And I was like, I don't know about that, Walter, but I had a new website I was trying to launch. So I said, well, I'll go in there and introduce a new website. And I did. And I said, well, I'm going to sing a couple of tracks from my. So I turned the computer on and sang a couple of things. And then everybody said, are you coming back next Sunday? And I was like, okay, Sunday at 7:30. I was like, cool, I'll do that. I came back next Sunday. This snowballed into this beautiful big family. Before Facebook shadow banned me and started getting on my case about copyright stuff.
Hmm.
Every night every Sunday night they would say, you got to turn this off. You're doing music by Maysa. We're going to ban you because you're doing music by Maysa. And I would have to send them a letter saying, I am Maysa. This is my music. And it was just dramatic. And it's still happening today. So, and also shadow ban, they stopped people from seeing where I could, they could see in my notifications and stuff. Sorry, this allergy is getting to me. Anyway, he said, so kitchen karaoke started then. It started when I was living in an apartment. I wanted my son to go to a certain school, so I moved close to that school. I still have this house here is a house I grew up in. So I'm a little girl. Kitchen karaoke is a representation of the house parties my parents used to have. They used to have a lot of
Hmm.
house parties in this house, and I grew up
Hmm.
sitting on these steps right here, wanting to
Hmm.
be at a party downstairs in the basement, and they wouldn't let us go downstairs. And I would sit on those steps and watch my mother and all her cousins and girlfriends cook food, making trays and cooking a whole bunch of food. And my father would go to the liquor store and buy ice and all this stuff. So all
Baby,
that,
listen.
the life. It's the childhood memory that I wanted to continue for the kids in my family, my son and his cousins. And that's why when this house actually burned down in 2016, I was on my way to California. I just arrived to California. It was the day Prince passed away.
Oh Lord.
So yeah,
Oh. And
California.
that's coming up. Oh, because this is April. That's coming up. Oh.
Yeah. So it was April 21st, right? It's something like
Yeah, it was
that.
the anniversary. I remember I was at work and I had to take a break because I
Yeah, that was
was
crazy.
listen, just like when Michael Jackson passed, I needed a
Oh,
moment.
yeah, I was in
I needed
Detroit.
a moment.
Detroit that day. Michael Jackson passed. Yep. That Greek Town Casino. I remember
Mm,
that.
mm, mm.
So
Listen.
yeah, so I did that, and it's just been an amazing journey this whole time. Karaoke means a lot to me. We're going to expand it soon, doing something called Dinner with Jazz and Soul, where I go across the country and I rent out big kitchens and hire a chef, and they will come in. I'll do a small band, and I'll do like sing to people while they eat dinner and all that kind
Ooh, you said dinner with jazz and soul.
of stuff.
Child, you know the tickets gonna be sold out. People gonna be up out the door for that one. Oh, yes, I could.
There's
Ooh.
so many ideas and projects I have in my mind. I'm gonna do some different things. Like I'm just gotta find the funding, and that's the hardest part of all of this.
Mm,
Doing it, getting the money. But I have a feeling I'm gonna make it happen soon. And so that's where everything's coming together. And
I
it's
love that. That kitchen karaoke, baby, because a few of them out on Watch Meister. By the way, I love that hat you were rocking in the last one. You
oh
was giving
yeah,
me mad diva energy
I don't know where
with
my
that
hat
hat.
is. Somebody
Whereas
took
that
my hat.
hat was giving mad speaking of Prince, that seemed like something he would wear.
Yeah, well, it must be.
Um
I
I
can't find it. It be right here somewhere.
child,
Oh no, I
but the
take
kitchen
my hat.
karaoke,
Mhm,
I just but I want to ask Mesa for you. And
mhm,
let's have a real moment as Black women. I know it's many frustrations that you dealt with in the business.
yeah.
32 years in the game.
Yeah.
How have you what is the key? Um, because these days things are different. I say this generation, they a little soft.
Yeah,
Some of them a little soft. They be like, I'm quitting the business. Y'all don't know what listen.
I quit every.
How have you hung in there? What would you say are three things keys to your longevity of being in this business for 32 years and remaining relevant? I know where there were some valleys and times where things weren't as great, but your name has always just kept that it's just been it's kept that respect. So how have you
Yeah.
maintained?
God, number one. Number two is that I grew up with my father instilled in me, my parents instilled in me a thing about morals and how not to sacrifice or compromise my morals for anything, any reason. I have not done that, never. And I hope to teach young ladies and gentlemen coming up that you don't have to compromise your morals to be in this industry at all. That's an
Mhm.
illusion and a lie.
Mm.
I think mostly the other thing is that I stay professional as I can, even when people piss me off. And I give 1,000% to the audience, no matter how much money I'm not making, no matter what people have said to me before I walk on stage, no
Ooh.
matter how people treat me, no matter what it happens, the audience is my heart, and I will give them everything I got to make them feel better, to help them through whatever they're going through, just to chill them out. Whatever my job is for you that you need me for, I want to fulfill it. So that's my goal. And so those are the top three things that I think. God first. Don't compromise your morals, and just be an uber professional. A lot of people think being a superstar, being some egotistical a hole, is the way to navigate this business, and it really is not. I mean, it lasts for a little while. People see, and then see some people seem to respect that more than somebody just trying to be nice and trying to just live and just be a normal, decent person. But I've been told that if I lost weight, I'd be a superstar. I'm told that I'm not that pretty. I'm told that my voice isn't that special. I've been told all kind of stuff. So it's like,
Wait a minute, they said your
I'm
voice
just,
isn't that special.
oh yeah,
I can't even, you know what? Somebody need to be slapped. I don't even know what. Ooh,
oh yeah.
ooh, side
And I was
Jesus, ooh,
small.
side.
When I was small back especially back in the '90s, I was small, and it wasn't small enough. You know, Bluey's manager told me that they weren't going to do a video for Deep Waters because they didn't think I was the right size at that time. They wanted this kind of look. That was when CC Music Factory and all that, really, all that stuff was going on, and so I didn't have that look that everybody wanted. And it's just strange how that stuff, it ate in my soul for a long time. But thank God, my mother and father, my family here, I was able to call them. One of my best friends in the world, Sarah Brown, that was on in incognito. My other friend in England, named Kate, uh, Sun Lewin. She between her and Sarah, I stayed. I was able to stay alive over there and navigate that whole thing because it was a lot of pressure because incognito got really big, and so it was just like they wanted me to look a certain way. And even though I was small, it wasn't small enough. They wanted a certain look. So I lived through that, and I just kept singing. I just kept singing, and I just kept singing, and I kept singing, and I kept singing. And I just worked hard, and my work ethic is my father's work ethic. He was, my father, they used to call him a mensch. Like the Jewish community, they say that he's a mensch. He's like, and that's like the utmost manly thing to be. So
Mm.
I just, they love my dad, and I just I wanted that same respect out here in this world. And so all I know to do is just work hard, and that's my life, you know. And so I think that's what's kept me in the game all this time. I don't try to be anybody else. I just try to be me and try to deliver the highest quality music that I possibly can. And that's why I think I'm still here.
I love that. And that's you are definitely an example to many artists out here because and that's what I've loved about you, the consistency. Like I don't think I've ever heard a Mesa album where I'm like, oh, she kind of falling off. I don't like this. Like that same standard and level of music has been there. So for you though, looking back
Hmm.
on this your 14th solo album, the first one is self-titled was in
Hmm.
95.
Hmm.
How would you describe the evolution of your artistry? Like from uh
Wow.
because me, I know as a storyteller, I'm also a writer as well. And I write and edit and I do multimedia and I look back at I read some of my old articles versus now, and I look at some of my old videos versus now, and it's like, dang, ooh. You look at you see the growth and you be like, ooh, child, thank God for, bringing me through that and helping me grow. So what would you say, are some things that for you, how you've evolved and grown that you can see?
I think most of the part, the growth comes from not giving a s anymore about certain things. I
Mm,
refuse to let when I was the and I'm still a people pleaser to a fault in a sense, but I also had let go of trying to take care of everybody.
hmm,
So and I had to let go of feeling responsible for everything around me. And so
mm,
once I let go and gave myself some breathing room as far as like, Mason, you can't handle everything by yourself. And just feeling like I just think my tone changed. Also,
mm,
physically, when being bigger than losing weight, that changes a lot of things. Also, I just think
mm.
shorty and my voice, that I hear different than I listened to it early incognito, and I could see I was young. You could tell I was young. It's a
Mm.
different energy,
Well, it's still you still fine though. You still fine. Is ain't she, Joe? Joe, my engineer, like he did like thumbs up. She's still fine. Is listen, because I was looking at some old stuff, and that's why I was asking you about your beauty regimen. Because I was like, she's still fine. No, she one of them women who, um, and I'm married. I ain't trying to hit on you. I just recognize beauty. I love women, like, and
That's
especially
nice. That's
for
what
me
we
as
should be
voluptuous
doing all
women.
the time.
But
we should we need to love each other a lot more and stop being afraid to do that. The world is so afraid to
listen.
do that. It's so silly.
I'm the one who's on the street like, "Girl, you look fine. What you doing?" Because we spend so much time being denigrated
Yeah,
by black women, and
yeah,
as I told my daughter, we are part of an elite group. Be
yeah,
proud because we come in so many shapes and shades,
yeah.
and just we are one of the most educated groups. As far as female entrepreneurs, and I just love how uh we are commanding control, but also we want to acknowledge we want that man and that touch and that
Yeah,
love. Like I love that vulnerability that you show as well,
yeah.
you know?
I will always, I I wrote a song a long time ago called "I Need a Man," and I thought, oh, I'm gonna get in trouble. They're gonna cuss me out for this song. I just know I can hear the women livers and all that. I think they're gonna get me. And I got more messages like, "Thank you for saying that."
Yes, because we independent all day. I'm independent all day. But guess what? I still enjoy it when my boo opens my door. He takes out the trash. You
Absolutely.
shoveling that snow. I like that manly energy. I like when he tell me to shut up, shut your ass up. Like sometimes, like shout out to my husband. Now
That's
sometimes
good.
I be
That's
having the attitude like, God damn it, shut up. But we need that guidance. We
yeah,
do. We
yeah.
can. I always say that
But
I'm
somebody that's
independent.
straight, though, they got to be straight though. They have to be act like a man. Have
Right.
a sense of
Exactly.
reality in their brain. So he's got to do that. So that's the thing. A lot of these guys on these podcasts, I'm trying to tell you, they just got it all wrong. But
It's
people
mess.
want to be submissive. They want to, but they have to have peace in their minds so that they
Yes.
can
That
do that.
comfort.
We can't be worried about who you messing with and all this kind of stuff. Nobody can do that.
Exactly.
It's not possible. And they can't do
Exactly.
it. They can't handle it. If they think
Exactly.
you mess with somebody, they crawl and under the damn bed. They can't get it together.
Right. Right.
So they
And exactly. Do I have to worry about is you gonna get arrested or is this bill not gonna get paid even though you said you was gonna help with that? Like not that you have to pay all the bills, because that's I mean, not saying that, but please
right.
just play your uh, you know, carry your weight.
Yeah.
Let's be in this together. Stand in the gap with me at times. So,
Oh, yeah.
and that let's
Absolutely.
compliment each other. That let's
That's
compliment each
all.
other.
I
And
want
I
a
think
partner, man. Just like, can we just do this to make it easy? I don't want a man to work himself to death trying to take care of all of those by himself. I never wanted that. My dad wouldn't let my mother work until he had his second stroke. Then my mom had to go to work, take care of me. He felt guilty. Then he felt terrible. And I'm like, Daddy, and I would do stuff, and he's like, Babe, I'm gonna pay you back. I'm like, Daddy, I'm paying you back. You gotta
Right.
rest now and just calm yourself down. We gonna take care. We got it. We got it. And so it's just like, and my daddy was them, old school country, hard working men, like, and it's like, and I guess that's all I'm asking for. I don't want a man to do everything by himself, but my God, you gotta just let me feel safe with you. If I feel
Exactly.
safe with you, I'll tell you, I'll give you the whole world. When I feel safe, I,
Listen.
oh, what is going on? But I gotta get there first.
Exactly. Because if we give them one, if they give us one, we giving them back 1,000.
Yeah,
We are
exactly.
multiplying. Women are multipliers. And
Yeah,
I love how we, again, the yin and the yang of
yeah.
the man. So, and I know that has to be, and shout out to everyone who's watching. Holly,
Hello.
Trey Anderson, shout out to everyone out there. They like, say it, Mesa, speak it, Mesa. So now I've been married for 20 years, but I do have a lot of single girlfriends, and I just be feeling they plight like, Lord Jesus, I be
No,
frustrated for them. Like, I wish it's just the madness. The men want you to pay for the date now. Now I don't mind that. But it shouldn't be the first couple dates I'm taking you out, bruh. Come on.
stop
Or
you
we
asking.
got women proposing to men like,
Oh no,
listen,
that'll never happen. I promise you, I'll never,
yeah,
ever,
listen. I
that'll
told my daughter, don't you? You could be I told my daughter, you could be 55. You better not. You better not. You better not. So I know for you, Mesa, right quick. So you are single, y'all. What? Let's right quick, just in case some eligible man is listening. What is something that Mesa looks for when she dates a guy? Because I'm sure some guys will probably intimidated by
it
you
should
as
be.
well. But
I'm just a girl, man. I'm a
right,
girl doing my thing. I'm just trying to work, trying to take care of my son. And I just trying to take care of myself. And I just want a man that walks strongly, his just has himself together, who's healthy mentally and physically, and has goals in life, has things he wants to do, things he's trying to make happen. I want to see somebody that's got something going. Like I got so much going on. I can't be with somebody who just can't think, or can't do something. I just want him to be nice to me.
mm,
Just be nice and just take care of my heart. It's a tall order in this world, but that's all I really want. I really want somebody to be
mhm,
nice and just be have something they're trying to do. They have goals in this life. Because it's if
right.
you gotta have something you want to do. You have to have a purpose, and live in that purpose, and that's how you don't get depressed and crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's it.
Right. Yeah. Trey says, I totally agree, Rocky. I have no issue paying, but not off the rip. Nope. Not
Yeah.
exactly. Like, listen, I don't, and because I was raised with my grandparents. I mean, I was raised by my mom, but my grandparents lived next door. So we had those strong family values. And my granddaddy's was old school too.
Yeah.
Listen, he's opening the door. The young fella better come to the door and get you. Ain't no beeping when
You're
he
right.
come for the date. Ain't no beeping and you going outside. Just certain stuff like that. Being a gentleman never and being a lady and a gentleman never goes out of style. Like,
No,
we can evolve all we want to with all this technology, but
right.
it's certain things that need to stay. And I don't
Yeah.
encourage patriarchy and women being minimized and none of that. My thing is, it needs to be a healthy balance of both. Like,
Absolutely.
let us be strong women, but also that gets played out. I want to be soft sometimes. I want to not worry
That's
about it at
good.
times. Like, that
Good
is such a
girl.
turn on when they
Chill.
take.
Can't chill. I just want to chill. All I want, man. Can I just do that? I just want to be. I just want to enjoy you and have a nice time and not be worried about if you dating 25 people and all this kind. I don't
Right.
feel like none of that.
Exactly.
If I'm not
Exactly.
giving
Cause
my heart and body and soul to you, I just want. I'm not giving it to anybody else. So I don't expect you to do the same. And if you don't want to do that anymore, then let me go. And that's
exactly.
people don't want to do. They want to tie you in and do what they want to do, and then look at you crazy when you don't want to be in that situation. This is
Selfish self. So
crazy.
for you, child, we about to get into sister girl talk, but let's really back because we only got a few minutes here. A little birdie, I gotta mention this right quick, Mesa. A little birdie told me that when you come to Detroit, a lady named Cynthia does your hair.
Oh,
When
it's
you come here to Detroit.
Yes, that's my girl. Cynthia
So
been
she
on
told me to tell you hi. I was trying to get a little tea on you, but she was not giving it up. She was like, she's a great person. I was like, just tell me a little bit about her. A little. I said, she don't ever got mad at you. Did you ever not do her hair the way she wanted you or so? She's like,
no,
no, no. She's so. I said,
32
okay.
years. 32 years. That's the first time I came with Incognito. First time we got here. Her and my other friend Dee Dee. Yeah, boy.
I
Just
love it.
amazing. 32 years I've known these ladies, long time. They've been
Okay, so I guess you go.
mhm.
Oh, I'm saying you go. You. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I said they've been great every time I come. I just have a lot of Detroit family. It's a lot. We called them cousins back in the day. I said they were my cousins, you know.
I mean, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I mean,
Everybody,
Baltimore is not too much different. We both urban
right.
cities. We
Yeah.
a lot of our relatives are probably from down south. I love
Absolutely.
I love that. I love that. So, what wrapping up, Mesa,
Mhm.
is there anything you wanted to share with the audience? Any other things coming up? You going on tour. We know you're gonna be here in Detroit, so you going on tour, right? You
Yeah, the next day I'm going to be on the Dave Cars cruise for 3 weeks straight. That's going to be a lot, but it's going to be wonderful. So I'm going to do that. And then I come back and do some other shows. Throughout the summer. Incognito's coming to town, doing a couple shows with them. And then I have some other shows on the West Coast. So I'm going to be working the whole summer. The whole summer. Then I go join Dave Cars again for his Summer Horns tour. So it's a lot going on. And then I'm trying to find a break. You know, I've never been on vacation ever my whole life. I
you said
never,
you've never been on a vacation.
never
So
been
you
on
are you
vacation.
taking one this year? Are we
I don't think this is going to be the year.
Lord,
Hopefully.
yeah, because see, because we, my Joe has asked me if you're going to be coming to the Aretha or Shane Park this year. I wonder if you on that jazz. Are you coming to the Aretha? No, you,
Um,
uh,
so,
Y'all need to get on the horn. Somebody, That now, wait a minute now, Mesa. Now you know you a mainstay at we call it the Aretha now, but I'm gonna always call it Shane Park.
right. I know, me
You
too.
so you not coming this year?
Nope, I have not been invited.
That's not right.
Nope.
Somebody made a mistake. Y'all put in y'all out there, whoever listening, y'all put in the call to Shane Park. As a matter of fact, I know Suleiman Mousy. So I'm gonna hop in his inbox and his mom. I don't know if you know the Mousy
I
family.
do. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Been for a long, 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 long,
Yeah.
long time.
Okay, so I guess y'all we just gonna have to get our fix in April 27th.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah, come see me April 27th. I think that's it.
mm, okay. All right. Well, as let me just again thank you, Mesa. I enjoyed you.
I had a great time. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you. You're welcome.
thank you, Alex. He's so cool.
Yes, shout out to Alex. The last time I saw him was right before the pandemic. Me and him were at the GM Black History Month dinner and were just
Oh,
kikiing
wow.
and cracking up. So shout out to Alex
Mm.
again for uh again thinking of me on your press run because I know you've been on so many platforms and I just thank you for being one of those. This morning my husband was like, she said your name. I was like, yes. I was like, see, I love she down to earth like that. She ain't even though you and that's what I love that even though you've been in the game for 32 years, you are still like you said, you're not an a-hole, you're not a diva, you're not a
No,
just so
I'm
again I
not
think
like that, and I'm never gonna be one of them ever. I'm me. I'm just blessed to be able to make this music for everybody. That God has given me this gift, and I appreciate God for letting me do this. I mean, when I was a little girl, I was just all I wanted to do, and I'm doing what I always wanted to do, and so I'm grateful, and I never take it for granted, and that's why I will never be that diva kind of maniac, and I never do that. I
I
promise.
love that. I love that. Thank you. And that is one of the keys to longevity. And I noticed that as well as being in media for the past, oh my God, it's been like almost 10 years. Jesus Lord. You don't realize how long you're doing something till you think back on it. How I've met some people who are A-list celebrities who are the most humblest people in the world.
Mhm.
And then I'll meet some mediocre ones who had the nerve to have attitude. That is that just cracks me up. Like, how you gonna be a D-list and you got an attitude? But I'll meet people who are just they like I said, Stevie Wonder is one of those. Like
Yeah.
he was just like so benevolent and just so chill. He wasn't. I'm like, so
He
I just
knows
love
what
that.
it's about. He knows what. he knows what it's about.
I love it. I love that. So,
Real deal.
Mesa, where can everybody find you? You all make sure you all get Music for the Soul. Her new album is out on all digital streaming platforms. You can get the CD if y'all still got the CD in the
Yeah.
car. And I saw something
And
about a
USB.
USB cassette. It's in
I
all
got
types of
USB cassette,
forms.
yeah. I got it all for you. Got vinyls coming too.
I love that. So, where can people follow you, mate?
So maysa.com, and I'll have all the links there. You can get everything. I'm great. Actually, I got to upload it after we send it finished. But yeah, it's going to be there. You go to my physical copies. Go to Maysa, the MaysaStore.com, and I'll send it out to you. I'm doing it myself. I'm literally sending out packages right now.
I
And
saw you. I saw you. I love it. She's a street team activated. Street team
yeah,
activated.
greetings. Spread the word. Get people to download. I'm trying to make them R&B charts on Billboard. So if everybody can download it this week, I would love you for that because it's gonna get me up there. And once I get that chart listing, I can keep it going.
I love it. All right. Thank you so much, Mesa. Enjoy your night. And you all, thank you for watching Rockers Reality. We will see
Thank
you next time.
you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye.